I'm Michael Warner and I'm here to give a brief explanation into how offset printing actually works. Firstly, the original method of printing was letterpress, which was simply taking a stamp, applying it with ink and placing it on the paper like that. Offset is slightly more complicated. We use these plates here. This is an unprocessed plate, basically straight out of the packet. Before we can use it on the press, it must be processed. And here's a processed plate. This particular one is for the black colour. The way that printing works is it uses 4 separate colours, and this is known as cyan, magenta, yellow, black, or CMYK for short. There will be a plate for each one of these colours for each job, and I'm going to show you now exactly how it works to make whatever colour we require. Any area where you see this particular blue is where the ink will stick. Then the simplest way to describe it is the age-old principle of oil and water do not mix. The ink, being oil-based, is attracted to these areas here. The bare areas attract water to wash off any excess ink. With each plate of each colour, you can actually achieve any other colour that you want to use for your printed job. You do this by lining them up like this. Firstly, the blue plate. This one simply shows what the blue will cover. And as you add more and more colours to it, it'll show you a greater depth. This is the blue combined with the red or magenta. This one is if you have the addition of yellow. You're getting more and more colours out of it, until finally, the last one, for black, gives you the final definition for everything. Each one of the colours that you've seen there is actually comprised of tiny little dots made up of all these 4 colours. After this stage, the plate is then actually put onto the press itself. It is wrapped around a cylinder purely for the plate, and then it is actually imprinted onto a separate cylinder made of rubber called a blanket. This is where the term offset comes from. Whereas this letterpress style was physically taking the plate and putting it onto the paper, the new way of doing it is that it is offset onto the rubber blanket, which in turn touches the paper, taking the image off that and taking it all the way through. This short video is part of a series of videos designed to give people an idea on the processes of modern print. Should you have any further questions or queries, please do not hesitate to contact us by website or by phone.